Welcome to part 2 of the the DigitalOcean hosting WordPress kind of setup for yourself. So hopefully you like it. This is the rest of the info because it got too long at the beginning of the other video. So here you go, and hope you learn everything, and let me know if you have any questions. Let's jump into my computer again. All right, so the top one we have here is FastPanel. It's going to show you the IP of what you're looking at. You basically just double click that, open up a new web browser, paste it in here, paste and go. You get the FastPanel. That's what you get. That's what you got. There you go. It's just going to show you a generic little web page place. You can go and do this. Change the link. Change the link and go 8888, quad 8s, 4 8s. If you want to, go to yes, go there, log in. Once you're back, you just basically go to that site, load this up. It's going to give you an email. You can put in an email of whatever you want to choose. I'm putting one of my little fake emails here. And then once you're there, you click activate. License activated. First instruction on that will send you an email. So when you get the email, you're just going to go confirm it. The first one is confirm. The second one is your billing. Just click the first one, confirm. It's going to just confirm it after here and click OK to load. And then the second is going to take you to the billing. All right, so once you get the billing done, which you don't have to really fill out unless you want to later on, because I think you get it for 18 months and then they try to bill you for it. But by then, if you haven't figured out the site or anything you're trying to work with and scale it up from there, it's not going to really matter because it's been 18 months. This is actually a really good, basically a trial. So you're going to go to the FastPass account. You're going to give them the username that you were trying to log in with and the password. The one little caveat to it is the password that you got originally in your email is not the password to log into FastPass. You can go to this little wiki section. So first you would go to this your FastPanel in. First you go to the FastPanel in your DigitalOcean. Click the link right there. It'll take you to it, show you the information about it, stuff, whatever. You don't really need to know too much about it besides this is where all the little things to get set up. The one place you're going to go to is Access, and you say Launch Console. It's going to launch a console just like this. You're going to type in the username. The username is going to be root. And the password should have been emailed to you previously. Right, so when you when you check your DigitalOcean, your email for DigitalOcean, it'll say this is the IP, this is the login, and this is the password. The password is going to be some big long string of words. Just copy that. Go back to the Access console here. Go back to the console. And you should be able to paste that in. And it's going to now it's going to ask you for a new password. You can give it whatever kind of password you want. Just kind of make sure it's not a small password. First, you have to type in the correct password that you already have. So make sure you have that saved. And give it a new password. All right, so you're in your FastPass now. So, a couple things that you want to know. This is the console for it. It's going to show the IP, what it's using, other stuff like that. This is the follow link for your browser to log into it. All the cool information. So the first thing you're going to need to know is how to change the password for FastPanel. That's what you're going to want to know. So the easiest way to do it is they have a little wiki called documentation. If you use another system to log into it, you can use Putty or something else. If you don't, just use this Access console. Go to this section where it says the wiki, which is a whole bunch of information. FastPanel direct /wiki. I have it up on another page here, and I already searched for it real quick. It's just how to change your password, how to reset your password. It's kind of the one thing on our fast panel. Just shows you where to go to, how to change it, things like that. But if you want to do it from the command line, you basically just copy this section right here. And then the next part is going to be whatever your password you want it to be for FastPanel. So you're going to go back to the console right here, paste that section in here. It's going to paste it there, and then give it a password. I'm going to give mine, because I like to stay health conscious and keep my security tight. It'll probably let me do it, won't it? Yeah, horrible. So you've changed the password. So the username is FastUser. The password is password1234. That is for me. That is for my system. It is not for yours. You can change it to whatever you want. I would leave the user there though, because you can always add another user later on. So back to this one. Password 1234. I do not want to save it in my LastPass right now, which you probably should get LastPass. This is telling you all the license and stuff from Republic of Estonia. Republic of Estonia. So just next. You can give it an email for password recovery. You can give it an email for password recovery. I don't want to do that right now. And this is a fast panel. This is what you get. Pretty easy, pretty slick. Not too much stuff, but it does have a ton of things in it that you can go with. So like the SSL cert, you can basically do that in 2 or 3 clicks, and have a regular web page usually says HTTP. A secure web page, which has the little green thing up here. Usually in Chrome it's green. Sometimes in Firefox it's a lock, i.e. I think it's a lock. Sometimes they're green. Sometimes I think green's usually the standard. It's either a lock that's green or just a green little bar or something like that. But it's basically saying that the website's secure. That's using HTTPS, which is an encrypted protocol from server to person. So nothing gets shown. And that's what you get when you're doing a SSL cert. If you want to know about that, you can probably go into it in another video, but that's the easier way to do it. But basically, whenever you're doing any kind of transactions, you probably want one of those to show people that we're not just showing everything over the internet. FTPs, accounts, applications, you can have tons of stuff on here, but it's simple to just add a system real quick in. So right now we have no sites. This is going to be used later for your GoDaddy, your Cloudflare, your Google domains, Namecheap, wherever you get your domains, that's what it's going to be pointing to. I can show you that later on, but just to cut it simple, that's what you're going to be using. You can Google the rest or YouTube the rest. Let's say we're going to make a site. We're going to click this. What is the site going to be bound to? Whatever your domain is that you registered, that's what's going to go here. So it's going to be, let's say you wanted to do king of ecom.com. kingofecom.com. That's what you bought, that's what it is, and that's what you want to use. So we're going to say next. You can either make a new user or use the same one. I usually use the same one right now because I have a ton of other ones and I don't want to make multiples. But being secure, you probably should. It's going to show you the PHP, all the stuff it's going to use for that, the database name, everything for that. Just push next. You don't really have to know about it. You can create backups. You can, I'll set that up later. Say next, done. Site is up. It's basically running. It's a blank site right as of right now. So it's not really doing too much. The thing that you can do real quick is if you're using WordPress, right down here, WordPress. So we can click this. What do you want to give it the name? I can give mine admin because we're not keeping it. Let's go with our super secret password. Password 1234. Password 1234. Ooh, they don't match. Password 1234. Password 1234. There it goes. And then give it an email. All right. You can send all data to this email and then install it. Up at the top, it's working. Come on. I mean, it's doing a lot of stuff, so don't. It's not going to be. It's pretty quick though on how it does everything. Usually, you can do this manually by uploading everything, going to WordPress, things like that. But you don't have to. So you're going to go to site card. We can stop that right now, and we don't need this. And this is going to be everything you're going to need for the website. You actually don't really have to mess with too much of this stuff because you should be able to go to the actual site. If you click this, it should take you to the WordPress. There you go. That is your WordPress site up on FastPanel. Pretty much lickety split. Everything was done. Everything's already installed. It's got your stuff already set up and running. If you want to log into it, you can log into it. It's coming with its theme. So we're going to do admin, and then what was our password? Password 4. And when we log in, we have a WordPress site. It's an official WordPress site. It's already updated. It has the newest version on there. Was it 5.3? And yeah, it's up and running. So you know how to run WordPress. If not, there's other videos that showed you how to do that. But that's kind of setting everything up from scratch to have a WordPress site. The only couple things that you probably are going to need to know are going to your GoDaddy, linking it to this, which is just easy. You can find anything to do this. Just go into your GoDaddy, go to your domains, go to your DNS, and the first one will say something at, and they'll say usually park domain or IP or something, and just change it to this IP. Your IP is going to be different, and then do a save. There you go. It's basically the entire premise of pointing it to this one directly, and then when you go to this one directly, that's it. That's all you have to do. You can add the cert in later, which see right now it says your connection may not be secure. But until you get that, that's what you're going to see. So don't worry too much about it. But if you go back to the site, this will be your template WordPress theme. Everything's set up, waiting for you to customize it, getting it ready, and yeah, you can go from there. So hopefully you can put whatever lead pages you want or drop any kind of home website you want to put on there, and you can do multiple of these. So you go back right to the FastPanel login as it lets you do it. Let's do this again. Ooh, did I forget my password? Nope, FastPanel login. Backups, okay. Nope. So once you're done, you're going to have a site that looks like this. You can have multiple sites in here, and they're all going to look like this. You can do a refresh. The refresh will show you what the site looks like, more of a snapshot of the site on when you go into it. So if the site breaks or something like that, and you do a screenshot, it'll take a screenshot of the page and show you that looks like crap or something. But see how this popped up and shows you what the web page looks like now? That's what you're going to see. And then you can do backups, set up mail, set up a whole bunch of other stuff. But if you're just setting this up to learn this, get it ready for launching multiple sites, it's pretty easy, pretty slim. I think 6 sites on one of these, and I'm using like 600 mega RAM and barely any CPU, and like maybe 3 gigs of storage out of all that, and it's doing backups. I have it set to do a couple backups. So let's do backups real quick since we're talking about backups. Let's configure backups. Go to backup, make a new account. I'm going to call it the King of Ecom. We're going to say, because you can do load it to another system, do local, FTP, Google, Dropbox. We're just going to say local. Give it an email. Just give it another random email. And save. It's set up the account for the backups. Now you're going to do a backup plan. Click that one. You're going to that one, and you want to say you want to do the King of Ecom. How many copies you want to store? I store 2. I do it weekly. I don't really have too much to do other than that. You click the site. You click the database. It's going to configure all that. It's going to save all that to backups weekly, and done. And your backups are basically, they're all set. They're up and running, so you don't have that backup issue no more. You can click this, which takes you to that site. But if you go to options in here takes you to more of this. So it'll say temporary. You can do site content, all this other stuff. You don't really need to do it. This is for the SSL cert when you create one. Redirects, basically redirect it from this to this. You can save that. So instead of kingofecom.com, you can do www.kingofecom.com, and either one will link to www, no matter which one you go to. This is the site directory. What do you want to look for depending on what you have installed? Don't even worry about that. Logs, if you really want to set up logs. HTTP, you don't want to do no authentication. PHP, don't worry about that. Security, you can set this to do different things, like if you think your site's going to be hit a ton of times, or you're worried about stuff like that, you can say block or limit the amount of connections from an IP. So if somebody's trying to like get in your site, you can just say, hey, you can only have 10 connections per 1 minute, or per second, or per whatever. So it's really up to how you want to set it up. But that's the main part of this. All right, so that is pretty much it. We went through the entire setup for it. You can set up other domain stuff for this to have other domain, DNS, records, things like that. You don't have to. Just go back to the control panel, add more sites. Don't worry about the problem. I've seen that pop up, and I have not had a problem at all. But that's all you need to do, and there you go. So setting up your fast panel for your ecom, at least with WordPress, so you can like set up like WooCommerce or something like that, and then just run multiple ones off this one, and you have multiple setups from one system for basically, half or less than half the cost, because Shopify charges $29 per site, and that's just per site. So this one you set up yourself for $5 a month. You integrate all this fast panel stuff on there, and then you can run each one of these, basically whatever domain you want. So you're only spending, depending on the discount you get for a domain, you could spend up to maybe $10 for a domain. So instead of the $30 for the Shopify, the $10 for the domain, and then getting all the other stuff set up, that's $50 roughly with all the other crap. This you could do for $5, and then maybe $20, if that, if you want to just do this. But after it's set up on here, you can just run multiples, and you don't need to have the hosting costs. So you just run one host, and you can have multiple setups. So one thing that you might be able to do is set this up, and if you have any questions or whatever, let me know in the comments. Remember to smash the subscribe button, the like, notification. Try to make more content for you, hopefully soon. The one thing that you want to remember is when you're setting up a system, the RAM here is kind of how fast stuff can actually be ran at the same time. So if you're throwing a ton of sites on here, you have like 15 sites and that thing says it's like maxed out, it's equal to equal, you probably need to upgrade the server a lot, or space it out, put it on something else, because you're running too many things on this one and you need to basically overloading it, and things are going to get slow at that point, and you don't want your site to be slow. Main thing in e-commerce, got to have a fast site to get people in, get people out, purchasing. So all right, well, that is it. Hopefully you liked everything and learned as much as you could. Want to set one of these up, just remember to leave a comment, subscribe, notification, all that stuff down below. Smash the like button if you could, because that's always great, and I really need to, you know, helps the algorithm, helps me keep pushing out these videos that I'm trying to do here for everybody. So anytime I learn something, I'm just gonna start pushing it out as a video and seeing if you like it and what happened to me. Hopefully you can kind of learn from my experiences and the wasting of some of the money I put into this and time, and you can kind of streamline it. So, all right, that's Mr. Blackbeard. Talk to you later. Peace.